alright. Okay. Alright. Okay.
Welcome back to another fragrance preview. Today, I am here with a tag video. And I got this idea, or should I say, Trey from TriSense. He tagged me in this video where he is merging music and fragrance, two of my favorite loves. I'm yours truly, Russell Mack. And I'm not gonna worry about doing a clip today. I'm gonna go right into the video, okay? And again, this is a tag video where we're talking about groups, 5 fragrances. And the concept is to pick 5 of your favorite groups and talk about the fragrances that you believe they would wear. Now, a lot of the groups I'm picking are from starting with the 70s, some 90s, some 80s. I didn't pick any groups from the 2000s, I don't believe. Now, all of these groups are still around performing. Some of them have had members to leave or pass on. Nevertheless, they are some of the best groups in the world, some of the best in their craft. And I want to talk about them. I'm going to give you 5 fragrances I think that they would wear if they were still around. Before I do that, though, I would like, if you are new to the channel, go on and subscribe, okay? There's a notification bell down there. Press that bell, and all of the uploads from Solomon's Vineyard will go directly to your feed. You'll get a notification letting you know that Solomon's Vineyard is on the air. Like, comment, all right, share the video, and let me know your scent of the day. If you are familiar with any of the fragrances I talk about, feel free to comment about them. Have you worn them? Have you had any experiences with them? What do you know about them? Okay. Let's get into the video. Also, don't forget, if you are on Instagram, I post pictures, videos, fresh content about fragrances, when I purchase fragrances, just a whole lot of stuff, y'all. And I would love for you to follow me at DarkRider761, okay? Then I'm on Facebook also. You can also go ahead on and, if you're on Facebook, type in Russell Mack, okay? So you will see me big as day. I just did a new profile picture with gold and white on, and black, all right? You'll see me. All right, let's get into the video, ladies and gentlemen, and I have an honorable mention, and the first group I'm going to talk about, or should I say make mention of, is my group, all right? And I'm just an honorable mention, and the name of my group is the Apostles, Messengers for Christ. We do have videos on YouTube. We've been singing since 2010, all right? We are a gospel group. We have, I am the lead singer. We have songs like Hold On. We did a remake of Mahalia Jackson's Soon I Will Be Done with the Trouble of the World. A song I wrote called He Didn't Give Up. There's a song, an oldie, called Heaven Is My Goal. Just a plethora of songs. And the fragrance I think we would wear that best fit our characteristics and our character and personalities is one that I haven't did a first impression on, but I like it. It's simple, and it's called Kentucky Bourbon. It's from the Distillery series, as you see. Now, this is a $9 fragrance. I got this from Walmart. But the smell, the juice is incredible. The bottle is made to look like the wood barrel that they distill the whiskey in. Now, this is a square bottle, classy bottle too, what might I add, but it's a glass bottle wrapped, and it's not leather. They want you to think it is, but it's not. But it appears to be a leather wrap around the glass with a wooden top, which is plastic, okay? This is a fragrance from a company called the Distillery series. There's like 3 others. One is New York Rye, okay, Alabama Moonshine, Tennessee Whiskey, okay, and then you have this one. and there's another one too, but I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. But I'm definitely going to get them all. And this fragrance it contains 4 notes. You got citruses, all right. You have bergamot, lavender, and leather. And I already sprayed some earlier, but I'll spray it again because it smells so good. Oh, it's heavy enough to wear in the fall and winter. It's beautiful enough, soft enough to do in the summer and spring. It's citrusy, it has leather, so you can go either way. Beautiful lavender note. Man, this stuff wasn't but $9. I saw it. My girl actually saw it, and she tried to get me to get the sample bottles of all of them, okay, which was $14. But I just wanted this one big bottle for $9. And then my bread wasn't right either, so I went on and squeezed this one. And this is Kentucky Bourbon. I'm gonna have to do a first impression video. I've already posted on an Instagram post and several posts in Facebook. Go check them out, okay? But this is a nice one, y'all. And it lasts, you can get about good for 4 to 5 hours, actually. Surprisingly, being that it's a Walmart fragrance from a company that I don't really know much about. It's supposed to, the concept is whiskey making or whiskey distillery. And I can't wait to get my hands on the other ones. And man, if I just had to give you a quick synopsis of what this smell like, you got citrus. The citrus vaporizes after about an hour, okay? Because I kept picking up the smell of it the other day. Couldn't believe it. I sprayed some right here on my wrist and my arm just to see what it would do. And I was wearing another fragrance. It was pretty strong. And I kept picking up every time I'd wave my hand, I'd smell that lavender and leather. Okay, because the bergamot and citrus eventually evaporates. But this lavender is gorgeous. With a light leather, with just hints of leather. Y'all, go to Walmart and get your hands on it. Now, so far, this is the only place I found it, okay, that I can get my hands right on it. But there is a website, and I believe it's distilleryseries.com. Okay, you can check that out. Give me that box to live. All right, this is the box. Okay, I'll show you the front, back and front. Distillery series, all right, and it came out in 2018. Okay. So this is Kentucky Bourbon by Distillery Series. Okay, now let's get into the first group. Now the first group came out, I believe, in 1989, okay? And that's none other than Silk. Silk has seemed to be falling off the scene, but they are coming back. Y'all see I'm wiping my bottles as I talk about them. I've been shining them up all evening here at the hotel, but this is none other than Explorer by Mont Blanc from Macy's. This is their fragrance. It's a collaboration with Macy's and Mont Blanc. All right, and Silk. Silk, man, was one of the baddest groups back in 1989. Songs like "If You Freaking," "I Wanna Freak You." If you guys remember, last night we had an argument. You remember that? Okay. Songs like that, great. I mean, they had multiple hits. But the group broke up for some reason. Go watch, there's a Unsung on YouTube. Check out Unsung. You can hear the whole entire story, what happened, why it happened, the members that left, the members that got put out, and then some new ones came. You got Gary, John, Jimmy. I mean, it's several members, but they are a group that came out with so many hits that I'm pretty sure many babies got made from their music. Club bangers. I was one of the ones in the club, bucking off their music, slow jamming. I didn't know my girl then, so I don't want her to throw nothing over here, but I mean, yeah, I was a player back in them days, And Silk was one of the groups that I used to beat up the block with in my car. And this beautiful fragrance describes how I think they would smell. It's a compliment-getting fragrance, long-lasting fragrance. You can get about 8 hours out of this fragrance. This is supposedly had been a clone, or should I say a replica of Creed Aventus. But I say this fragrance has a character of its own. Okay, it does smell like Creed a little bit, but it's herbal and fruity and woody, you know. Man, it's versatile, it's pleasing. Women absolutely dig this fragrance, and perhaps I'll be doing my favorite 5 top compliment getting fragrances. Nothing to do with price, nothing to do with notes. I'm just gonna talk about the fragrance, okay? And if I could just be in the dressing room with Silk right now, I think this is one of the fragrances they would wear, particularly when they're going on the stage or when they're meeting and greeting the fans. Ladies, a bunch of ladies, okay? In fact, all these fragrances will be fragrances that appeal to the ladies. The groups that I'm talking about, they will appeal. These are groups that ladies absolutely love. So this is Mont Blanc Explorer, a collaboration with Macy's. You need to get your hands on it. If you don't have it, it is outstanding. I didn't think I would like it. Y'all know I love Club de Nuit Intense, okay? But this is one here is easily becoming one that I'm starting to reach for a little bit more than Club de Nuit Intense, all right? This is Mont Blanc Explorer. Now, let's take a look at another fragrance for another group, and this is gonna be the group HTown. Now, I hadn't heard anybody talk about this group. My boy Dino, he died, okay? But HTown came out in the 1990s, okay? In fact, we got 2 groups from the 90s. Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you. My group's from here from Baton Rouge. I didn't tell you where they're from Baton Rouge. Silk is from Atlanta, okay? That's where they began their singing career, right there in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, and HTown is a group out of Houston, Texas. These boys here, in fact, this group, HTown and Silk, man, was burning the 90s up. The late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, all you would hear is HTown knocking the boots. Y'all know that's one of their biggest hits to date. You got Geo, Shazam, and Dino. Dino ended up dying in a car accident. But because the ladies loved them too, they were signed to Luke Campbell's record label. And his main thing is what he wanted to do was create a group that hit good with the ladies. Radio hits, and Knocking the Boots was one of my favorites. Everybody knocked the boots off of Knock the Boots. It was a hot song, and this is, I believe they would have worn Dylan Blue by Versace. They are from Houston, all right. This is a mass appealing fragrance. It's compliment getting, it's mass appealing, it's blue fragrance, and it's getting hot in Texas. So I know it was hot most of the time, okay. And even though when they traveled, I believe they wore this. I believe there was a group that was true to themselves. They are also on Unsung. Look up HTown Unsung on YouTube, and you can find and hear their story and all that came along with the group. I'm telling you, some of these groups really went down some dark roads, okay? But they were also a group that I believe a lot of babies were made, a lot of relationships started, and a lot of relationships ended, okay? I was another one who bumped off their music, especially Knocking the Boots. I had an old Cadillac, pearl white with gold metal flakes, sitting on 100-spoke Dayton's, man, chromed out with a burgundy rag top on my Cadillac. I had a Coupe de Ville. Woo, I'm trying to tell y'all now, and I was one of them people with the white and burgundy interior, and I used to slap Knocking the Boots, you heard me? That was another life though, okay? But I think HTown would have wore Dylan Blue, beautiful fragrance. You know all about it. Get your hands on it. It's got that beautiful, beautiful lemon note or grapefruit note, whichever one it is. Up top, sexy. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. Year-round fragrance. HTown, Dylan Blue. All right. So we got 2 out the way. We got 3 more, y'all. I'm trying to get them out the way. Now, another group that came out in 1987. All right. And this is the group Afterseven. Now, not many people talk about Afterseven. You don't hear them talked about much, all right? And the bottle I give them, the juice I'm giving them, and the fragrance I'm giving them is Cedroc Boise, all right? I know you say, well, Mac, you had Explorer. They don't smell the same, all right? I know you know that a lot of them smell close to Aventus. This one and several others, Club Louis Intense, but this one here has a scent character of its own. And Afterseven was a group that started out in 1987 with Babyface and his brothers, okay? And they had massive hits, but they were an older group, and I think that was one of the reasons why they fell off the scene. Babyface continued to make records. He continued to produce records. In fact, he's one of the biggest producers out and still in the game in 2020. He still writes and produces today. In fact, I believe his daughter is singing right now. One of my friends, Yummy 11, had a post of his daughter singing on Instagram. But he got his start. He started right there with his brothers, Afterseven. And they were absolutely great. I know my mama and my daddy. I know myself. In fact, I was just born, okay? So, well, hadn't just been born, but I was still young. And I remember listening to Afterseven on the radio. I had a boombox. And I'd sit in the window with my boombox and play their songs. And it's just too many hits to name. But they had so many there. And I give you the sun, the rain, the moon, the stars, and the, you know, that's Afterseven, y'all. That's another life. But this fragrance here, woody, fruity, my God, compliment getting, mass appealing, lasts long. You'll still be picking it up 10 hours after you spray it on. Classy, and I think this is a fragrance that Afterseven would have worn, would wear right now. They were still together. In fact, I think they back together, still doing tour dates. Okay, they're still on the road, still around. You can still get them for a reasonable price. And this is what I think they would wear. In fact, the women loved them too. Good looking, handsome men. They were a family group, and I think they would have worn Cedric Boise. Man, I'm not doing a fragrance preview per se, but this is some good stuff. And I forgot I even had it because I hadn't worn it. But this is by Mansoura. All right, and this is what I think Afterseven would have worn. Let's move on. I'm trying to make the video a little shorter today. All right. Now, next group came out in 91, and that is none other than Boys to Men. This is, come on. This, I know these groups, Boys to Men from Philly. Afterseven, they also was from Philly. I think I'm right. No, I'm not right. Talia, where was Boys to Men? Where was Afterseven from? No, Indianapolis. I'm sorry. They was from Indianapolis. All right. Philly group, Boys to Men. Motown, Philly, back again. That's my instruments, y'all. But this is Boys to Men. Wanye, Sean, and I believe there's another one, Nathan. Nathan, Wanye is the one that had the relationship with Brandy. They went together for a little while, and they got songs like End of the Road, I'll Make Love to You, Song for Mama, It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday. They were killing the 90s, and they are still around. These boys can still sing. They knew they made their bones by letting people know how well they could sing a cappella. They were signed to Motown. All right, and this is the fragrance I think they would have worn, and this is, especially now, they probably would have worn Gio, the old one, the original one, but now I think they would wear this one. Giorgio Armani Profumo, all right, and this is a beautiful, sexy, incense, grown man fragrance. It's just a matured version of the original. Heavier, long-lasting. It doesn't project as well as the original, but it does project. It stays on your skin. It's one that's going to stick around. It's pleasing. Women would love this. Simply, Boys to Men. This is a man fragrance, okay? Great group, great singing group, and this is a great fragrance, an outstanding fragrance. So what fragrance to have for an outstanding group? This here has the magnetic top. I'm still lucky. That's why I don't wear it, because I love the top, and I hear now it's hard to find these bottles with the magnetic top. So I'm happy I got one with the magnetic top. All right, I'm moving on, y'all. Last fragrance, last group, okay? Now, I'm gonna hit you side your head with this one. Yeah, this group was from Philly. This group here that I'm finna tell you about was from Philly also. It's my last group, And my last fragrance, and it's none other than Frankie Beverly and Mays. And the fragrance I'm gonna give them, Polo. Frankie Beverly and Mays came out in the 70s, 1970. And I believe they started before then. They were singing before then, okay? But we all know about Frankie Beverly and Mays, and this is what I think they would wear. This fragrance here came out back in that time. This fragrance is nostalgic, and it's still around. It's still potent. It's still strong. It's still standing. And Frankie Beverly, still standing, still around, been around, and he can still outsing some of these groups right now, today. I've been to several Frankie Beverly and Mays concerts. When you leave, if you get into the concert, you will leave soaking wet with no voice. I'm trying to tell you, he puts on a show, joy and pain, sunshine and rain. That's what he says. Happy feelings in the air. Y'all remember all that? Silky, silky soul singer. Oh my God, I'm feeling it now, y'all. And this is what, in fact, when I met Frankie Beverly in backstage, because I sung jazz, I did blues, and me and my group, not the group that I'm with now, but when I was out in the world playing music, I met him. We didn't open for him, but we was on the same ticket, same bill. I got a chance to meet him in the group, all right? Him and his brother, Jubu, okay? And I could have swore this what Frankie Beverly was wearing. He smelled just like it, okay? Soaking wet, sweaty with that white hat, and that man is still around. His group is still around. It's a family affair. That's what I love about him. And just like him and Frankie Beverly over here at Solomon Vineyard, it's a family affair. That's why I love them. And that's why I picked that group, and that's why I picked this fragrance. This fragrance here been around, and it still sells. It's still good. It's still expensive. $50 for sure. I can tell you right now. And to me, it's still the best-selling Polo fragrance that it is. I know there's Polo Blue. I know there's other, the Polo Red Extreme and the Polo Red and all of that. I know that. I know they have all of that. But this is the one. It's still, to me, green, herbal, strong, piney. Got pine notes in it. Tobacco, leather, all kind of plants and flowers. Strong. And him on that stage singing with the fan blowing and that smell coming off that stage with the music sounding so sexy with, oh my God, the dancers. Y'all got to go. If you've never been to a Frankie Beverly and Mays show, you need to go check one out. I've seen him in New Orleans a couple of times. And I was like I ain't gonna tell you what I was like. I was like a little girl when I would see him. I'd drop down on my knees and sing every song. In fact, he didn't even have to sing hard, because everybody knew. And I'm talking about young and old and middle age was at his show, barbecuing, eating, drinking. I mean, it's a group of love. When he sings and when he performs, he insists that you love each other. Oh my God. I tell you what'll bring the world closer together. Play some Frankie and Beverly. I guarantee you the world will change. Okay? Polo by Ralph Lauren is what I would give them. It's what I think they would wear, y'all. Okay? And that's my last fragrance. I hope I did okay. I hope I had some good picks. Thank you, Trey Sant, for asking me to do the tag. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed it. And I'm going to do it again. I really like this concept. But I want to go on and do it for him. He asked me to. He tagged me, and I did it. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, okay? Now, I'm getting on off of here, y'all. I got another video to do, all right? I'll see y'all later. I love you. You in my prayers, all right? Peace, y'all.
All right. Okay.